All right, here we are. Happy Friday morning. Surprisingly, I'm just ready to go here. We're going to make two things. We're going to make chocolate, and we're going to make a Mexican-style coleslaw. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Didn't do my sounds. Hold on. Of course, nothing goes off the whole time. Where are my settings? All right, let's try that again. All right, so chocolate. Now, chocolate's usually made with cocoa butter, cocoa powder, sugar, sometimes dry milk, you know, if they're going to put mint or whatever. But I make mine with coconut oil, and this is called skinny chocolate. I got this recipe from Trim Healthy Mama, which is a diet plan or an eating plan. Except for that, I tweaked it a little bit because their version was way too dark for me. So I start with 3 cups of coconut oil. I actually make a big batch and then I freeze a bunch of it. So the thing you need to know about making chocolate with coconut oil is susceptible to heat. So if you're going to be making it, you need to store it in the fridge or freezer. So, good morning. I can see your comment. Glad you made it. So anyway, so I've got some melted coconut oil. And then, so I use the BJ's brand, the Wellesley Farms Organic Extra Virgin Coconut Oil. You don't want to use refined because that's just refined. You want to use the extra virgin. That's going to be better for you. And bonus, when you're making stuff with coconut oil and it gets on your hands, you just rub it in and you got a nice moisturizer. Bonus. Okay, so I'm just going to put this out of the way. First thing I do is I add my sweetener. Now, I also use Trim Healthy Mama's, or I'll make my own version of this. Gentle Sweet, and I get the erythritol only version. They do have one that has xylitol, but I have friends that are allergic to birch, and that's often made from birch, so I skip that. But the Gentle Sweet is non-GMO erythritol and organic stevia extract powder. You can get something similar, but I gotta tell you, their sweeteners are so good because their stevia is like none other. I promise you. There's no bitterness. It's just really great. Anyway, you can get Swerve in the grocery store, and that'll be a very similar blend. But this is powdered, so you want to try to get it powdered. If you can't get it powdered, throw it in your blender or your food processor, and you can powder it up. Okay, so the Gentle Sweet. Like I said, I kind of play with this and tweak it and make it kind of good to my liking. So I put a bunch of stuff in, and then this is about, it's not a quarter cup, a couple of tablespoons. So now we've got about a quarter of a cup, a little bit more. Seems like a lot, but it's a lot of coconut oil, and chocolate is very bitter. So, and then I have cocoa, and I get my cocoa in bulk at my local farm, His Harvest, and Amazing Love Farm in Wolcott. And then I just, like I said, I kind of go with it. I start with about a cup-ish of cocoa, and sometimes, for some reason, I don't know why, it seems more chocolatey than others, so sometimes I add less, sometimes I add more. It just depends. I store this in my fridge. I'm running low in my jar here. I found this cute mason jar that I use it for my cocoa at a tag sale, so put that in there. And then I usually put a little protein powder because I'm not a big dark chocolate person, and I find that the protein powder makes it a little creamier. I have put heavy cream in it before. I have put vanilla extract, but I stopped putting the vanilla because I make my own, and a little bit of water had gotten into one of my batches and it seized it up. So I just would rather be careful and not do that. By the way, if you want to make your own vanilla extract, super easy. But the beans are very expensive these days, so you got to look around for good, cheaper beans. I want to get rid of this because I need my whisk. But anyway, I just take a full bottle of vodka. I just get the whole thing because I'm just going to make it. I use a lot, especially at Christmas time with all the baking. And vanilla beans. I would say a full bottle, maybe a dozen, 15 vanilla beans, and split them down the middle. And throw the whole pot in there and stick it in a dark closet. That's it. Let it sit there until it's nice and dark. Then you've got vanilla extract. You can use those beans again and make another batch. However, it does take a lot longer to suck it all out of the pods because there's less and less in there. So I will throw 1 or 2 new pods in there when I do that. All right, so I'm going to add this is the Amare protein powder. I've never used this one before, but it is vanilla, and that's usually what I use. So, and the scoop I usually use is way bigger. Now, because you're adding all this powdery stuff, this will give me protein in here, and it will also make it creamier. But because you're adding all of this, it does tend to settle on the bottom a little bit. So I keep my whisk in here, and then I just keep whisking it before I fill my trays. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could put some plastic wrap on a cookie tray, and just put plastic wrap and dump the whole thing on there, and then just break it all up. Or you can put it in molds. I like the molds because I feel like it gives me a little portion control, and they're cute. So, oh, I forgot my almonds. I gotta grab my almonds because I like to put a couple almonds in mine. You could do crushed up peanuts or whatever you like. You can leave them plain. You can put, I don't know, what are some ideas of things you like in your chocolate? Okay, so, oh, I need to taste this. See if I need to add anything else. I have a feeling it's going to be good, though. It looks like it. So I just dip a spoon. Now it's runny. It's very, very runny. So you got to be careful because I inevitably get it on my shirt every time. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay. Just the right amount of chocolate. But like I said, keep your whisk in there. If you let your coconut oil just be a slightly bit, just a slight bit unmelted, then the stuff doesn't settle quite as much. But it's hard to get that exact balance. So just have your whisk in hand. So I use these molds that Pampered Chef unfortunately doesn't sell anymore, but you might be able to find them on eBay. They're cute little mini bundt pans. They're a good size. I usually will eat 1 or 2 chocolates and I will feel satisfied. And then I use some slivered almonds that I toast in the oven. And I just go around and I put a little here. So now I have a dairy-free and a sugar-free chocolate that I can eat. And coconut oil is so nourishing for your gut. It's so good for your health. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. There's so many health benefits to coconut oil. So you're getting a chocolate that is just absolutely fantastic for you, and it has a little protein in it. So, I mean, how can you go wrong with something like that? Now, I will say it does taste like coconut. So if you don't like coconut, you might want to stay away. However, I don't typically like coconut, and I love this. I think I've had a lot of people try this, and I think maybe 3 have said they don't like it. And that's it. Everybody else has enjoyed it. And some people are like, every time they come over, do you have chocolate? Do you have chocolate? It's like an addiction. Because it's really, really yummy in my opinion. So do this. I just want to put a couple more almonds here before I do the chocolate. Now, I've tried all kinds of ways to fill these molds. And you might say, I'm just going to do it my way and I don't need to worry about going out and buying a little tool. Okay, here's the thing. This little tool was like $3. Didn't cost hardly anything at Walmart. And it's a little, you put chocolate or cake decorating stuff in it, and it's a little syringe type thing. Silicone, easy to clean. So the way I fill it though, because how am I going to get that in there, right? I just take my bowl and my syringe, I put the tip in, and I suck up. I pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, and it fills the syringe with the chocolate, and then it's not dripping everywhere. And I just poke down and fill, and fill, and fill, and fill. And that's it. It makes it so much easier. You're not making a mess everywhere. I promise you, it's worth the $3. Go get one if you're going to be filling molds. I mean, it will drip a smidge, but it's not anything like I've tried everything. Putting it in a baggie, putting it into this. It's just thin, so it makes it challenging. So I just go around, fill them up. Oops. There we go. And you just keep sucking up more chocolate and moving on. Really simple. Once in a while you get an extra little spurt because your finger will be in the way and the plunger will depress a little quickly. It's okay. That one will just be a little bit bigger. I wish you could see this up close. I wonder if I can do that. Let me do that. Let me bring you over here for a second and let you see it up close. Okay. Let me turn the camera around. Okay. Here we go. And feels right. Whoops, see, there you go. That was one of the ones that plunged a little too quickly. That's okay though. If that happens, you can finish what you're doing. You could leave it if you want. It's not going to hurt anything. Now I'm filling them too much all over. You just come back and pull up on your plunger. Pull up on your plunger. And it sucks some of it back out. Super easy. Almost done. Throw these in the. I throw them in the freezer because I just like to move quickly. You can throw them in the fridge. And this will take me a couple hours, but I don't really worry too much about it. I don't, think about it too much. When I remember, and then I go back and do a little bit more. Okay. So there's our little chocolates. Let me put you back on your stand. I'm going to throw these in the freezer, and turn you around. Hi, Casey. Okay. Is that right? Can you see me? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to throw these in the freezer. Get all these ice packs out of here. Usually, those are not all in there. Okay. And then we'll get on to our slaw. And I'll make these throughout the day. Super, super nutritious. Really, really good for you. Chocolate. Great alternative. You know you're getting something good quality. You know you're not filling yourself with garbage and sugar. And it really is nourishing to your gut, which is what I'm after, basically with everything I'm doing. Okay. Now, cabbage. Cabbage. And more cabbage. I have too much cabbage because I ordered cabbage from the farm. I bought cabbage, forgetting I ordered it from the farm, and I started a subscription to, what's it called? Imperfect Foods. And apparently I ordered cabbage from there. So we're eating a lot of cabbage. However, cabbage is super good for you as well, so that's not a terrible thing. I just pulled up a little thing. Cabbage, what are we doing? Detoxifies the stomach and colon, stimulates the immune system. We all need that right now. It's antibacterial, which also, by the way, is coconut oil. Antibacterial and antiviral, both of them. Anti-cancer, antioxidant. It builds your muscles. It's a blood cleaner. It strengthens your eyes. It's antifungal, and it's rich in iron and sulfur. So cabbage is good. Cabbage does cause some things to happen in your body that maybe your husband or wife doesn't love, but it's worth it. It's good for you. So this recipe called for, you can just buy a bag of coleslaw mix. But I like to just shred my own cabbage, plus I have lots and lots of cabbage. So I cut it in half, and you can see the stem is down here. Sometimes the stem's really far up, you just gotta pay attention. And I take it and I put it stem over here, where I'm cutting over here. And I just go very thin for slaw. When I'm doing it for, like, I made unstuffed cabbage last night, I don't worry about being quite so thin. And then I know that this is a small stem, so I'm just going to keep going because I know that's probably close. Yep, I can get one more cut out of there before I start getting stem. And I move this over, and I just cut this in half, like that. Now I've got nice, stringy cabbage. Okay. And then I come back in with what's left. I don't know what's going on there, but... And I just... Till I get over to the stem. There you go. Cabbage, chopped and ready to go. So we got a nice big bowl of cabbage. Right here. Let me just do that. Is that going to work or no? Not really, huh? How about that? Okay. Alright, then we are adding some corn, and I already cut corn off of one cob. Already cooked corn off a cob. It says it is preferably grilled. So You can also, I'm sure, use canned, but just for the more authentic style or flavoring. And you just take your knife, and the stuff does like to run away, so go slow or it's going to start popping all over the kitchen. And you just cut down the edge, get all your kernels off. In a pinch, I'm sure canned is fine. Like I said, or frozen, even better. It's not sitting in any kind of brine. And it's okay if it comes off in chunks, just throw it in like that. No big deal. You don't have to worry about breaking them all up. I'm just going slow because I don't want it flying all over my kitchen. You can go faster if you don't care. All right, so we got our corn. I'm doubling because I'm trying to use up my cabbage. All right. What else? Oh, it's not supposed to have green onions, but I had green onions I had to use, so I just chopped those up. We'll dump those in because they seem like they'll be complimentary anyway. Oh, excuse me. Purple onion I already chopped up, 2/3 of a cup. I got a little more there than I need. Let's see. Jalapenos I chopped ahead of time, so I don't have to worry about cleaning my board. And I'm not going to clean that bowl out with my hand right now. Oh, I'll use the corn cob. There you go. Improvise. Corn cob spatula. Perfect. Okay, let's leave that in there. I have cilantro. Need a 2/3 for a double batch there. And I have red pepper. So I cut off all the sides and then I just make thin strips, nice and thin, because this is a slaw, so you don't want like giant chunks like you would if you were going to cook it down. Nice and thin, and then I just come back through, chop, chop, chop. Oh, got one turned on its side there. All right, and clean my knife off right into the bowl. We've got our red pepper, good to go. All right, black beans, it said, how much did it say? Black beans, 1/2 cup, so I'm just gonna put about a cup like that. Those are already rinsed and ready to go. And we make our dressing. I think that's everything. We got cabbage, black beans, corn, peppers, onions, cilantro, jalapenos. Okay. And then at the very end it says to put pepitas, which is pumpkin seeds, on top. Oh, I need that for my lime. All right, so we're going to make the dressing. It's supposed to be, what's in here? Are you kidding me? Fruit fly. Got him. Gross. I picked off a lot of it, by the way, around that, so I'm not being disgusting. It's supposed to be sour cream and mayonnaise, but I only had a little bit of sour cream left, so I'm going to use, hi Karen, I'm going to use Greek yogurt, which I made myself, which I will talk to you about one of these days, because it's very easy. You know what? I'm just going to use one of these bowls that had veggie in it. So I need, let's see, 2/3 of a cup. I put a little bit of sour cream in there. The sour cream does give it a nice flavor. Obviously, I'm super concerned about measuring since I'm not really doing a very good job of it. And what I do with my yogurt is I sweeten it with stevia and erythritol, that gentle sweet actually. I sweeten it with that and some vanilla extract, and it's delicious. My husband loves it, and we don't have all the garbage that comes in the store brand yogurts. And I'm not eating all that excess sugar. So I'm going to mix this up. So right now we just have yogurt, a little sour cream, and mayonnaise. I looked it up because this called for a 1/2 packet of taco seasoning, but we doubled, so we're going to do a whole packet. But I make my own taco seasoning as well, which is also super easy. Not all the recipes are as good as others, so just find one you like and stick with it. So 2½ tablespoons are in a packet, and since I need a packet's worth, I'm going to do 2½ tablespoons. Tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, so if you want to be super, super precise, you can measure out in teaspoons. Okay, so that goes in there, and then just lime juice. I think we'll be good with just one. I talked about this before, but if you don't have one of these, you should. It's a citrus press. It makes dealing with citrus, lemons, and limes so easy. You don't have to worry about the seeds getting in there. So I'm just going to cut this lime in half. I don't need to roll it on the counter. Sometimes I roll it to get the juices going, but I don't really need to this time. You stick it in with the cut side down. And when it presses it with this, it kind of turns it inside out and squishes out all the juice. So I don't know if you can see the juice coming out. Hopefully you can. I can see it on the screen, but okay. Get this over here. And you can see it's just an inside out skin now. And I'm going to put the other one in here. Oops. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Okay. And squeeze it in. Good to go. All right, let's mix this in. You can make this, I did 2 jalapenos, even though it called for 2 for just one recipe, and I doubled it. But I don't want to burn anybody's face off. I'm sure you can make it as spicy as you want. I'm sure you can add other things in there if you wanted. Maybe some chopped avocado on top when you're about to eat it, maybe. I'm not sure. Whatever you might think you would like. These things can be tweaked and adjusted and adapted. Okay, so we're going to dump this over the whole thing. It's nice to have a kind of a change for coleslaw. I love coleslaw and I make coleslaw, but it's nice to have a different version. And we were supposed to, every year we usually go to a party called Tongues of Fire Fiesta. Our friends host, and a lot of spicy foods and a lot of unique, creative ways to eat foods. Oops, hello. There's regular food too, but this would have been a good one to bring to that. I think people would have really liked that. And I would have spiced it up a lot more if that was the case, because these people are crazy. They have these pepper eating contests that are like, I'm afraid we don't need an ambulance. I'm going to just go in with my hands, because I just find that easier with cabbage. Oh yeah, way easier. Oh baby, this is looking good. And by the time I'm done mixing and tasting this, my first batch of chocolate should be done, so I can show you that. Okay. Almost there. This would be great alongside tacos or pulled pork or something. Oh, pulled pork. That'd be kind of nice, actually. Because I usually will put coleslaw on my pulled pork. I wonder how this would taste on there instead. That could be pretty yummy. How do you guys make your pulled pork? Do you guys make pulled pork? I've just learned a new way. I always make it with sofrito and a dry mix and put it together. My friend Karina and I came up with that together. She had one recipe, I had one. We put them together. Incredible. But recently, I made one with pineapple juice and coconut aminos and sweetener. I can't remember. Anyway, it's like a Hawaiian flavor. And then you make a pineapple slaw and a coconut rice and you put it into tacos. Oh my gosh. Incredible. So good. Okay, I gotta wash my hands. All right, time to taste. It looks delicious, and it was so much easier to mix that way. Give me a fork. Let's see what we got here. All right. You could add more or less of anything, I think, and you'd still be delicious. That is so good. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Guys, this is so good for you on so many levels, and it's absolutely delicious. And it was so easy to make. I gotta clean my face off. I got stuff all over my face. That is so delicious. I can't even begin to tell you. Incredibly good. Oh my gosh, I made a mess. All right, let's check out the chocolate real quick, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. It makes it a lot more fun when I see people are there. Okay. Yep, we are ready to go. How about I bring you back over so you can see a little more close? Let's see what we got to do here. Let's bring you back over. By the way, oh man, that's good. All right, let's do this. I pop it right into a container that I'm going to store it in. I just flip it because it's silicone. It's nice and easy. You just flip and it comes right out. You just flip them the right way and start again. I mean, really, honestly, it's so little work to make this chocolate. And if you make it in a big batch, you're only making it every couple of months. Unless you're having one of those months where you just need a little extra chocolate, then you maybe need to make it a little more quickly. But I'm excited to try this because I haven't tasted it with the Amare protein powder yet. But look at how cute these are. Aren't those adorable? There's 3 different patterns, I think, but I can't find another. Oh, yeah, here we go. Nope, that's the same one. I think maybe it's just 2. So anyway, I'm just going to try one. That's good. Yep, I like it. I was a little nervous because I've been using the same protein powder forever. Get off my hand. Guys, that was delicious. These recipes are so good. I'm so glad I tried them. You guys are my guinea pigs. I try all these new recipes on you guys. So, anyway, I will post the recipe for the Mexican coleslaw. I'll post the ingredients for the chocolate and generally how much I use. But like I said, you're going to want to tweak it because it's to your liking. If you really like dark chocolate, you don't need the protein powder at all. But I will tell you, stevia matters. Don't just go buy some random stevia anywhere. Get a good recommendation because not all stevia is created equal, and I promise you that. So if you'd like me, I can post the link to the stevia that I use and the sweeteners that I use, and you can pop on there and check theirs out. No bitter aftertaste, absolutely delicious. So chocolate and Mexican coleslaw. Make it today. It is so good. All right, guys, we'll see you guys later. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.